Okay, so this is a beautiful example right there. Whoa, yeah, you saw that spark. I basically just hit that with the hammer and dislodged it. I mean, didn't take much to get it dislodged, but you can see where inside there's all the corrosion, which occurs because oxygen was left in between where the actual welds were at. But that whole thing just came off. Look at that. Isn't that something? So I suspect every single one of these are going to come off like this, just like this, and then I'll have to pull these off and then resmelt this. I'm pretty optimistic I can fix all this, and I'll show you what the after is going to look like. But that could not be a better example right there. The whole thing came out. So what that tells you is there was only a few points of connection in here. Everything else had a pocket of air, or it wasn't a very good connection on the interior. And so that right there, that's why it started melting lead, is because the little bit of connection point that was receiving the current, it couldn't maintain it, and it just started to melt. Unbelievable. Okay, so I'll continue this video. Hopefully this will help others. If you have batteries that look like this, you might want to be very cautious about those welds and just pay close attention. Now, I'm not saying it's going to fail, but shoot, we've had 1, 2, 3 definite bad connections. So at least 50% of these are not looking good. All right, everybody. We'll continue this video. Okay, I don't mean to like bore everybody here. It looks like, look, check this out. There's one, and you can see how there's corrosion inside that. And then there's 2 and 3. It almost looks like there were consecutive pores on this, which definitely made it even worse. Let's see if I can zoom in. Yeah, you can see how there's layers there. So it's like you almost need to pull these layers up in order to get down underneath. Anyway, definitely multiple consecutive pores here. It's really, I just can't get over it. And then over on this side, you can just see like layer after layer. It's just, there's corrosion. Oh, and I drilled this off. This came off right here. But look at this. You can see like the inside, that's where I drilled. So, you know, we've got a really good drill on the inside. But on the outside where it was poured, look at that. Definitely not an electrical circuit here. This was the lion's share of the issues. So anyway, this is going to end up being a long video, but I think it's important to show as I drill off each one of these so people can see how, and even some of these over here, like I tried to bang them off, they didn't come off, but I'm still going to drill them out, because I think in the act of drilling them out, we're going to see just how bad the connection is internally on those. So yes, I'm definitely going to document every single one of these. So this one, as I was drilling this, it just came loose. Look at that underneath. Totally not an electrical connection there. That was not conducting electricity properly. So anyway, there you have it. I will continue to tear this down, and I'll document each one of these. Okay, so I got this one off, and I just keep, it's the same story, but I just find it interesting. You can see the side there. It's definitely not clean, not pristine. And then if you look underneath here, look at that. That is what was conducting electricity through to this terminal. That right there, you can definitely see that this is, you know, and specifically I'm looking down inside here, right? Oops. Like way down inside there, you can see like, it's just, there's so much corrosion, there's no way. And that literally just lifted off. So you can see where I drilled, and then that is what lifted out. So anyway, super interesting. Yeah, everyone needs to be really cautious about these types of welds if they've had this repair done. Okay. So far it's been every connection. You can see here, this one, again, it's just how it comes off. There's the original terminal, and that was just literally sitting on top of it. Yeah, sure, it was conducting, but you know, the whole point of these lead acid batteries is that it's all about conductivity, and that is obviously not a solid connection. All right, so anyway, so far it's been 100%. Every single one of these welds have come right off, leaving a distinct, obvious spot where the connection wasn't very good. All right, I actually thought this one was going to be a good connection. Like, I'm thinking, wow, this is actually pretty hard to drill out. It seems like it's maintaining a good integrity, but then sure enough, look at that. Look at that, pops open and there's corrosion. That was not conducting electricity like it's supposed to. Whalam. This guy is probably the same thing. He's about ready to let that top off, and then it's going to be the exact same story. Look at that. It's just not a clean way for an electrical circuit. All right, so this one came out. This is another good example, right? So, I mean, it looks great. I mean, this intercell connector looks fine, but then this literally pops out, okay? You can see, like, it's just corroded. There's no direct lead connection. And then what's crazy is you'll see I drilled out the top here, and then it literally popped off the entire. So the original terminal is underneath there, and then it looks like he just poured layer upon layer upon layer upon layer, like multiple layers, and so you end up getting these like there's no solid molten core. It's just layers upon layers. And then there's one that I did, and I basically smelt the whole inside, and I actually melt and smelt right around the exterior of the intercell connector. So that inner wall is going to be absolutely one piece of lead. That's the way it should be done.